Okay, it is Wednesday. Welcome to the Vidcast. And today, I think we are going to talk about another program that kind of helps me out with my productivity, particularly when I'm dealing with photos in my work. It is SID day. And I'm gonna come off as a little bit of an evangelist for Adobe products, and it's probably because it's really all I know. I've been in the business for 9 years now, and I haven't had a lot of experience outside of Adobe products, um, which I mean they're for the most part the industry standard. I mean there are other places that have photo manipulation software. There are other companies that make page layouts programs, but that's what I use. That's what a lot of the folks in the business use. So that's what I talk about because I think it's going to be relevant to most of the people watching this video. Um, but when I'm dealing in photos and even in videos for what little that I deal with video, um, I have found a little program that probably gets thrown away or mostly ignored when people are installing the Creative Suite or the Creative Cloud. A program called Adobe Bridge, and at its base, it's very simply a file browser. I mean, it allows you to go through the files in your computer and check the photos and it has a very nice method for caching and displaying the photos and PDF documents and other things like that. It does a very nice job of preloading things that Windows Explorer will not preview for you. I mean, Windows Explorer is very good with the JPEGs and with the GIF files and all those, but with EPS files, with Photoshop documents, things like that, it can be more difficult to get a preview and really get to know what you're looking at. And Bridge can help you do that, and help you figure out exactly which logo you want when your opponent sends you 6 different versions of the logo for you to lay out in your program. So it works nice there in helping you to preview those images and figure out exactly what you want to see. It also does a nice job of doing some cursory editing, metadata editing particularly, because it'll work in the star system. Our photographers are very good in that they will, while they're taking photos, and I mean they take literally thousands of photos in a game, particularly. They will take a moment in their cameras and will star photos that they think are exceptionally good, that are going to be useful for us. Because I mean, with digital photography these days, you're taking 3 and 4 photos in a burst and trying to pick the frame that best captures the action. And so what they're able to do is just hit a button on their cameras, star to give a rating of 1 star to any of those photos, and you can rate photos 1 to 5 stars, and that can mean different things based on what you need them to mean. So it allows you to make those filters and filter out those photos that you don't need. And then it's also got options for you to sort things on various tags and metadata and things like that. So another thing that our photographers do is one of them, he'll go back through his photos and he will mark for me each student athlete that is in a photo, or maybe a little bit about what that photo is. Maybe it's a team huddle, maybe it's a coach, maybe it's a celebration photo. I get a lot of those because I cover volleyball, so there's plenty of celebrations. There's one after every point, basically. So I get kind of a feel of what these pictures are, and I can filter through these various tags and get to the photos that I really need. Oh, I really want an attack. I need somebody hitting the ball over the net. Well, he's filtered out photos based on that criteria, so he's put that tag in. That may be a topic for a different show. He uses a different program known as Photo Mechanic to do a lot of that tag editing, but Bridge is very nice in that it will sort on those particular criteria, so it makes things a little bit easier from that standpoint. Another thing that Bridge does very well is that it just opens natively in the Adobe programs. If you double click on a JPEG file, it's going to open it up in Photoshop for you. If you double click on an EPS, it will open it up in Illustrator for you, so you can edit that file. And it's just one less step that you have to go through in order to open these programs and get to the data that you want and start drilling down. It also does a very nice job within Photoshop and within InDesign, particularly, of allowing you to just click and drag directly into those documents and right into frames. And that may be a functionality Explorer has as well. I honestly have not played with that too much, but to just be able to click and drag right in there and create a smart object in Photoshop. Say I'm making a post-game social media post, and I need to get an image from the game. Well, I can just set my layer where I need it to, drag in the smart image, resize it, and there it is. It's in there, and it took all of no time at all, rather than just finding the photo and making sure it's the right one, bringing it into Photoshop, copying the section I need, pasting a new layer, all that stuff. It simplifies things pretty well for me. And then the last thing that I find it very useful for is batch processing within Photoshop. So I can take a batch of pictures, say the headshots that I take, before every season. We all do headshots. You select all your headshots, and you what the lighting was for that particular shoot. So maybe you need to raise up the darkness, make each of them a little bit clearer, change the color temperature just a little bit, just to get that perfect tone to go all the way across all your pictures. Well, it makes it real easy to just open those all those pictures up in Camera Raw, or to then bring them up in Photoshop, make all those settings once, and then apply them across each of those pictures. Something else that I've used it for is, speaking on Camera Raw, in those particular photo shoots, our photographers will shoot in Camera Raw, and that makes it really, really easy for us to just go in, select all the photos, all the ones he starred or whatever, and apply a quick conversion and a resize. So, convert it from the Camera Raw, from the DMG format, I think it is, and turn it into a standard JPEG, and then resize it to 1,000 pixels on the long side, and there you go. You've got your photo gallery. For those of us that do photo galleries for after our games. So there's just a couple of little things that Adobe Bridge can do, and honestly, it's probably a program you already have installed or have available to you as a part of your Adobe purchase. If you've bought Creative Suite, if you subscribe to the Creative Cloud, you have access to this software. So take a minute if you have a chance today or in the next week, and go in and play around with it and see how you like it. I find it to be exceedingly useful, much more so than just trying to mess around in Windows Explorer to try and find the one photo that I need, and get that stuff done. So that's where we are. There's the tip of the day for those of you in communications. I am getting ready to pull into work. It's going a little slower than usual, so I think we're going to cut it a little bit short today. But if you like today's video, make sure you give me a like on YouTube, and if you didn't, throw me a comment and let me know what I could say differently, what I could do differently and certainly I appreciate all the feedback that I get on the videos that we produce here. If you'd like, you can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/SIDMike, or you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com. I am at Mike Anderson SID. Everybody, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.